Hey, what's happening, everybody? We're back out here in the shop today. We just got Jay's big block 468 all painted up. Looking pretty good. We're getting ready to commence to putting this thing together. But there's a couple things on this I wanted to go over with you guys before we actually start doing the build. The paint's still wet. I'm going to let it set up 24 to 48 hours while I get the rest of the block prepped. I figured, you guys seen me do motors, paint motors in the past on past videos. So I wasn't going to do another video of me getting Jay's big block ready for paint and then painting it. You guys know the process of what I go through, how I clean everything with a wire wheel, brake clean it, wipe everything off, and then, get it to look the way it does when it's done. I really believe in a motor should look as good as it runs when it leaves my hands. But what we're doing now, I'm going through and getting all the block plugs ready to go in the block. And there's a couple things that I wanted to show you guys that some people miss, which is real crucial, and it could be a huge mistake if you're not used to looking for what you're looking for. It could be a catastrophe, and then you'd have to tear everything back down and redo it. But you got one plug here, you got two plugs in the cam tunnel, you got one plug in the bottom of the oil pump or the fuel pump eccentric, you got your cooling plug here. You got a cooling plug here, which I already stuck in there. Then you got four little ones that run down the side of the motor in the back. You got one here on your oil pump or your oil filter housing. And then you got one here, which is for an oil pressure gauge. And a lot of guys, they'll miss that, and you'll have, oil spraying out. In the back, you got two more for your cam tunnel. Up top, your big your cam end play cam button. You got one here, which is the coolant passage, which has got all brand new saw plugs in there. You guys can see. I already set the depth for that for my end play for my camshaft. Guys already know we had the block all redecked. It's been line bored. All the lifter bores have been honed out. But one of the crucial points, guys, when you guys are installing these cam plugs is right here. Not all big blocks have these, but this one did. You can see right here on these plugs. You see the tiny holes in the center of them? That's for oiling for your timing chain or your gear drive, whatever you decide to run with. But a lot of guys, they'll miss that, and they'll put in regular plugs there, and then put the ones with the holes in them in the back or the front, and then you got a big ass mess on your hands. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. And we also got a big box of perk. We're going to be doing a unboxing video here in this video also to go through all the parts what we got in. But yeah, we're getting ready to party big block Chevy style. So it won't be long. This thing will be together. At least the short block. He might be getting my heads off my big block and my roller cam setup out of there. We're still trying to figure all that out. But this motor, guys, I'm building it, even though he's going to be spraying nitrous on it, I'm building it as if it was an NA motor. I'm going to have a tight lobe separation, like 106 to 108, and then nitrous is just going to be the kicker. I always build all my motors like that. I don't, back in the day, they never had a turbo cam or a nitrous cam or, a blower cam. That's just something that's came out within the last, 10, 15 years. Back in the day, all the guys that I knew used to build their motors like NA, like they were NA, and then you know, they just put power adders on. I mean, we'd gap rings, but that would be about it. So let me get set up here and we'll get into this unboxing. And another thing I wanted to point out to you guys, I had to hunt up some new head locators, which you got to be real careful when you're going to install these on how far you go down. You got to go down 1/4 of an inch in the block, and you got to leave, that's just shy of a, you know, just shy of 1/4 at the top again. You know, you want to split the difference of what the height is, because if you go too far down, and then they're not going to seat right, and they're a bitch to get back out if you know, if you go down too far. So just another little quick pointer. And I still got to get a couple different plugs. There's a couple of these plugs that are pretty beat up, and I'm not going to put these all back in, you know. It looks like, you know, that one's half stripped out. You know, this, you know, look at that. That's just tore up. So I'm going to go to the hardware store tomorrow and get new plugs. And I got to find one more head locator. I got one that's a little tall. I mean, I could shave it down on my grinder if I have to. But I'll just go to my local buddy here and see if he's got any in stock, and just put new in. You know, they got to slice down them, so it makes, you know, you just put a little bit of grease on there, and then you tap them in with a rubber mallet. That way you don't mushroom the end, because if you mushroom the tops out, they ain't going to fit over. You know, when you go to set your head on, you're going to play hell trying to get that over the top of your head. Just another quick tip for you. But yeah, we you know, even these plugs here, you know, they were pretty mushroomed and beat up. So I already got three new of them plugs. And these ones here, they take a weird bit, you know, a square, but you'd think they'd be like a 1/4 inch drive, but it's not. So we got rid of them, and I went and bought 3 new plugs, like I said, that take the Allen, or the Allen head. So I gotta go get a couple more plugs in the morning, and get that all straight. And you always gotta put pipe dope on all your threads when you're installing these too, guys. But like I said earlier, we're gonna be you know, this is just preparation. I still got to go through and chase every bolt hole on that whole motor. Head bolts, oil pan bolts, water pump bolts, timing chain cover bolts. And you know, it's just a must. When a block comes back from the machine shop like this, you always gotta, you know, take a tap and chase all the holes and make sure there's nothing in it. That way when you go to seat everything, you know, you're not getting a false reading for torque readings for like the heads, or you know, or the oil pan ain't, you know, bolted down in one corner because the bolt's bottom up because it's got, you know, a bunch of crap in the holes. So just another quick tip for you. All right, guys, let's open up this box. And I can't even remember, if I can get my knife open, I can't even remember what all I ordered. Remember, cut the box, not yourself. I know it's like $600 worth of stuff in here, so I can't remember all what we got. But the only reason I'm doing this unboxing video is because I know Jay, the owner of this motor, he watches the videos, so that way he knows some more Summit stickers, receipt. Well, I'll say that's not a lot of shit for much money. We got ARP new rocker studs. Oh, what we got here? Rear main seal, 2-piece rear main seal, an ARP oil pump bolt, and let me tell you guys, small block Chevy versus big block Chevy, way cheaper to build a small block. Okay, this is that stainless steel bolt kit. It comes with every bolt oil pan intake, timing chain cover, and everything, fuel pump, everything's labeled. Because when we got this motor, as you guys know, it was in pieces. And it just had a couple bolts in the timing chain cover. There was no water pump on it. It was missing everything. So we bought a bolt kit that we know we're going to have everything. Hardened oil pump rod, which is cool. This has all got, you guys remember, this has got that skip white rotating assembly, scat crank, scat rods, H-beam rods, Wiseco free floater pistons. Let's see what we got. High volume oil pump, okay. This must be the, my knife out here. Trying to film this, oh yeah. The pickup tube, which it is a bolt-on style with its hardware. I'm still probably going to put a bead of weld on it too. Even, you know, I don't trust just one bolt, even though I'm going to Loctite it. So the last part, or the last thing, anybody want a $100 wine voucher? You must think that we're all drunks giving out wine vouchers. Oh yeah, that's the pan. This thing was expensive, but I wanted the windage tray in it. Oh, see all that shit in the bottom of that already? Wow. Unless they painted it and it's gold underneath. Yeah, that's a nice pan. Magnetic pickup. Got the square, but yeah, I wanted one that's got the crank scraper. It's got a scraper up top here. If I can get it to sit here right for a minute. It's got a scraper, and then the windage tray, which that's horsepower, guys. You know, you don't want your oil foaming up, fermenting, I call it. It's like a, you know, you make a frappe out of your oil, and it loses oil pressure, and you lose horsepower that way. But yeah, we had a catastrophe, whatever, however the hell you say it, with Jay's. When he dropped off the motor to us, he dropped it off over at Roy's house, and because I was over there building this 446 pack at the time, and I told him, well, just drop it here until I get my shop all organized, and then I'll take it home. Well, after I got the shop organized, we went to load it in the back of Roy's trucks. Well, he had a little John Deere, well, a medium-sized John Deere front-end loader. Well, the front tires were low. As soon as he picked up the bucket to lift the motor up, the damn tractor almost flipped over and went right on its side, you know, and he had to hurry up and let the motor down. Well, when he did that, it, you know, it crushed the bottom of the pan and bent the pickup tube. And it was a stock pan, and Jay wanted to upgrade anyway, but I told Jay, whatever it costs for the stock pan, I'll pitch in that, since, you know, it was our fault that pan got shit canned, but and then you pay the difference on what that pan will cost, which is only right, you know. It was my, he's like, no, you know, I'll just get a pan and I'll buy it, but that ain't how I roll. It was my mistake, and so that's what we did. You know, I think a stock pan for this was like 48, 58 bucks, something like that. 60 bucks for just a regular pan. So we took 60 bucks off of this pan, and yeah, so now he's got a badass pan with a scraper and a windage tray in it. Bonus. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, we're going to be starting this build here within the next couple days. I am going to be going out of town this weekend again, so I don't know how far I'm actually going to get. this weekend on it. Saturday, hopefully, we're going to go drag racing with the old Elko here. We still got to get some work done to this. We got the boys' car figured out. It's running mint. So, yeah, we just got to get the carburetor changed on this still, which that one's sitting here. We did get our fuel inlet line in. So, I just got to get the carburetor changed out and see if I can get it to where I like it. If not, I'm going to be putting that Ultra XP on it. And then bolt the drag radials up and take the exhaust off, and this thing will be ready to eat. But I just wanted to check in with you guys today and you know, let you know what was going on and what to look for on you know, these plugs. You know, that was a crucial part. I wanted to really show you guys these two. Not every big block has these plugs, and I think this block was I don't know if you guys can read it, but it says 75 is the year of this block, 1975. Mine's a 71. You know, with this fresh paint that I just put on here, it's hard to read, but like I said, we're getting everything ready to go. So we'll be ready to take and get this thing going for them, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do here. I'm still not 100% sure. We was going to do the deal, then he kind of backed out, and then he had a problem that he had to take care of at home. You know, house stuff comes first, man, which I get. You know, he had to, I think a septic went out, so he put them on hold, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Well, then he's like, well, you know, it wasn't as much as I thought, so I'd still like to do that deal. Well, now I'm at the point, you know, with getting Mom's stuff all figured out and paid for, and trying to get back on my feet. I don't know if I can afford to do the deal, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to replace them here in the near future. And so I don't know. It's all up in the air, but it's neither here or there. He's got 781s is his heads. They're 781 heads. I think they're a pretty decent head. We are going to be putting a solid cam in it either way, whether it's my hydraulic roller or he's going to buy a solid flat tappet from Iski. We already had him called, got the information, or gave them the information of what we're going to need, you know, the weight of the vehicle, what converter, what the specs are on the motor. So he's already got a cam picked out for us if we decide to go that route. But a camshaft, a cam, lifters, and springs for this big block, $800. Wow. I mean, it's expensive to build a big block, you know. I mean, my big block is the first big block I've ever owned. I've been a small block guy my whole life because I love RPM. But, you know, now that you know, I've built them in the past, but, you know, the recent, man, in the years, man, prices just went crazy through the roof. But anyways, guys, I'm not going to sit here and ramble on. I'm going to get these parts sorted out, what I need to take with me over to the hardware store in the morning, get that together. By then, my paint should be dry, and I'm going to start chasing all my bullet holes, getting everything ready. And then hopefully tomorrow night or the following day, I'll have this short block in. You know, we still got our gap rings. You guys know the drill. But I'm going to be bringing you guys along for the ride. Like I said, it's time to party big block style here at Michigan Muscle Car Garage. So that's what we're going to do. But until then, I just want to thank everybody as usual for, you know, watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. All right. Bye-bye.